So, you want to lose weight, you want to boost your health, you want to function at a higher level. This is too good to be true, guys. It's the most simple fix that everyone could truly benefit from, and it's intermittent fasting. It's super simple. In each 24-hour period, you choose a window of time to eat and fuel your body that fits into no more than around a 10-hour window, preferably 6 to 8 hours. Basically, what you're doing is giving your digestive system a complete break for a minimum of 14 hours. And in that time, your body heals. And the most beneficial aspect of this window of time is the reduction in inflammation. A calm digestive system, your insulin level drops, your blood glucose goes down, and when this happens, your liver produces something called ketones and your body burns fat. Now you're fueled by glucose and ketones. Your focus massively improves. You feel calmer. Your blood pressure normalizes. Your digestive system, it calms down. You get rid of bloating, indigestion, irritable bowel syndrome. They all calm. And over time, the magic happens. It sounds too good to be true, right? When I first started reading about intermittent fasting, it just didn't seem logical that you could lose weight and improve overall health just by eating in a smaller window of time. I mean, let's say if you still eat the same amount of food, the same types of food within an 8 hour window, then isn't that the same as spreading it out over the entire day? And the answer is no, it's not the same. It's actually extraordinary the difference it makes to eat in a smaller window of time every day. And even after a few days, you will feel calmer. You will feel clearer. You'll experience loss of weight and you will have way more energy. Before I started intermittent fasting, I used to start my day with a fruit and vegetable juice. I'd have a coffee, perhaps a late morning breakfast. I'd have my lunch, afternoon snack. I'd have dinner, but then before and after dinner, I'm kind of nibbling on stuff. And pretty much all day, I'm eating all the way till bedtime. Now, I wasn't eating totally unhealthily, but I was loading up on carbohydrates like bread, pasta, rice crackers, fruit, chips all day long. And basically, when we're grazing all day long, our body doesn't get a break from continuously having to work, digest the food, absorb the nutrients across the gut wall and into the blood. The stomach continuously having to produce acids, the small intestine continuously expected to provide digestive enzymes to break down the food. And of course, the pancreas to produce insulin, to lower the blood sugar, and to get those glucose molecules into the body cells. The continuous stress on the digestive system, the pancreas, the liver, the gallbladder, that is a health disaster waiting to happen. And whilst the digestive system is on overdrive, your other organs are not able to function at their best. So the only time your body really gets to heal, to repair, to rid itself of toxins, to grow, is when we eventually go to sleep. And how is it possible to sleep properly, to have a good night rest, if we're eating all the way up until our bedtime? So a really good idea is to stop mealtime a couple of hours before bedtime and have a herbal tea that assists your digestion. Now, I really like Yogi Stomach Ease tea before bed, but there's heaps of herbal teas out there to choose from. Great one to make fresh is a squeeze of lemon and some finely sliced ginger in some boiling water. So just by narrowing the window of time in which you eat will 100% change your life. I started practicing intermittent fasting, it was only about 3 weeks ago, and I'm totally sold. I, for one, will never be going back to grazing on food all day long. So, how does a day on intermittent fasting actually look like? You get up in the morning, you go about your routine of preparing for the day, maybe have a herbal tea, or perhaps if you're feeling like you really need a lift, your energy needs boosting, a coffee with a teaspoon of MCT oil, otherwise known as bulletproof coffee, is awesome. Now, MCT oil It comes from coconut oil. It's a saturated fat that's made up of medium chain triglycerides. It is a first class fuel for the body that does not spike your insulin level. And these medium chain triglycerides, the MCTs, they're broken down and converted into energy in the liver in the form of ketones. And ketones, they are a magic source of energy for the brain in particular and for the body. I have a coffee with MCT oil every morning and I am alert. I'm focused all day until my first meal around 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you do enjoy your coffee in the morning, I strongly advise you to add just a teaspoon of MCT oil. And if you're not a fan of coconut, totally fine. MCT oil is completely tasteless. Throughout the morning, you can drink water or cleansing herbal teas that contain, for example, ginger, peppermint, there's licorice, turmeric, cinnamon. I usually choose detoxing teas like this one here that I've got from Higher Living. This is really great for cleansing the digestive tract, warming up the body. It's really nice for your digestive system and keeps you hydrated too. Then early to mid-afternoon for your first meal, for example, you could have perhaps a green salad, avocado, perhaps an egg, nuts, some seeds. And the aim here, guys, is to introduce foods that doesn't massively spike your insulin levels. And why is that? Well, insulin is a hormone. It's produced in the pancreas and released into the small intestine when glucose is detected in the gut. And insulin's job is to get the glucose from the gut and into the blood and then into the trillions of cells around the body. So insulin acts like a kind of a doorway on the cell through which the glucose can enter. And every cell in our body, it needs glucose to produce energy. So guys, glucose, sugar, it's not a bad thing unless if we continuously eat foods that have a high content of sugar, we are continuously causing the pancreas to pump out insulin. We are putting an incredible amount of sugar into the blood, and the stress on the cells to receive all of this sugar in the form of glucose, it's completely overwhelming. And this is what leads to insulin resistance. And insulin resistance is when the cells prevent the insulin from docking on their membranes, which leaves most of the glucose, the sugar, left stranded in the blood. And a high amount of sugar in the blood, well, we know that's really, really bad for us. And symptoms include things like apathy, exhaustion, you're continuously hungry, your mood swings all over the place, you get agitated, irritability, headaches, weakness, blurry vision. And when the cells are preventing glucose from entering due to insulin resistance, the cells, well, they're left really, really hungry. They can't carry out their tasks. So they stimulate the pancreas more to produce more insulin. And there's this downhill cycle of destruction with too much insulin, too much glucose in the blood, which leads to massive health issues. So choosing foods that are low in carbohydrates will really help shift this and certainly produce a calmer version of you. Having less pasta, rice, bread, dramatically lowering your carbohydrate intake is so beneficial. And within days, guys, your blood sugar level will have dropped. The cells return to their normal, healthy functioning. They're no longer being overburdened by insulin trying to dock on their cell membranes. Glucose is entering the cells normally, your blood sugar is normal, and you feel great. Okay, then around 7 to 8 p.m., there's dinner, and I would suggest focusing on quality protein such as beans, lentils, legumes, organic eggs, organic tofu, stir-fried greens, and moderating the amount of rice, noodles, potato, or pasta. It's a great time to have a really big loading of salad too. Fats are a fabulous fuel. So cook with your olive oil, your coconut oil, that's brilliant too. Butter's fine, and avocados are awesome. So if your last intake of food, let's say it's around 8 o'clock, then you'll have at least a 17-hour window of fasting until 1 o'clock the next day. And really, guys, anything over 13 hours is highly beneficial to give your body a well-deserved break and, of course, to lose weight. So my suggestion to you is try intermittent fasting. You don't have to initially change anything that you eat. Just change the time frame in which you eat it. Give your digestive system a break for at least 13 hours in every 24-hour period and see what happens after a few days. I would love to know how you go. And if you want to know more about MCT oil, then check out this video below. Have a wonderful day, guys. I'll see you next time. Namaste.